So welcome everyone. It's really great that you came today and that you will listen to my presentation. Uh, I will start with a sort of a bit longer intro about myself personally for people who don't know or who were I was not talking to earlier on during my networking phases on LinkedIn. So it will be good to present myself. So my name is Simon. This is me here. I'm a streetwear designer first. That's one of my biggest passion, really, to create real world items and working with streetwear brands. That's how I started. My expertise is also in marketing, community building, and event management. That's what I was doing for startups and brands for the last 10 years as well. Not only building my own brand, but also helping others to promote uh, and sell collections. I will talk more about this in a second as well. I spent back in Poland, where I'm originally from. I spent around 5, 6 years doing lifestyle work, organizing trade shows, fashion events, fashion shows, music events, helping artists with product placement in music videos, the main artists in the industry in Poland. And then when I moved to Berlin, where I'm currently at, I'm in Berlin. I spent the last 5 years working with deep tech startups, with fintech startups, blockchain development companies. I co-founded computer vision startup as well around 1.5 years ago. That got funded last year for 1.2 million. But last year, I also decided to go alone in this path of blockchain and fashion. I started in the blockchain industry in 2017, so it was quite some time ago, around 5 years ago, when I got my first blockchain experience. I was working in a blockchain development company, um, helping corporates, helping blockchain projects to develop their community building strategies, involving a lot of academics work, working with professors from Imperial College of London, working with German professors, building businesses. So it was very exciting part. Of course, maybe not for everyone, but for me, it was super exciting, yeah, to work, to connect science and lifestyle in a way and community building. And then in 2018, in this company, I was also involved in one of the first NFT avatar projects. It was a fighting game, to be honest, but based on a photorealistic NFT avatar. One of the avatars that was sold for a kind of bigger amount was late John McAfee avatar. It was also one of the people that was digitized and used in this fighting game that we created. So that was pretty exciting. That's how my blockchain career started. But now, we can go to the next slide, Nick. Um, I will tell you a bit more about Icon brand. So that was the brand that I was doing my own. It's like a skatewear brand. As you can see, we had also a lot of like user-generated content, a lot of photo shoots with models. I was designing all of it, and all was created in Poland, right? So it was not made in China. We were very strong against fast fashion, against big corporates doing stuff and creating stuff in sweatshops, exploiting people. We were against that, right? So we were trying to build our own ecosystem for not digital fashion but real world fashion, right? That's what I was doing back in Poland. We can go to the next slide. So it was also a skatewear brand. We had like a skate team, young guys going to tournaments, making skate videos, promoting the brand. The skateboard that you see here, yeah, they were like handmade wooden skateboard in Poland. I was also pretty excited about those projects when we could create real items, real skate items that were used by real skaters in a real world. Um, Next slide, please. Not only this, of course, I was in charge of organizing my own big events from smaller parties for 200, 300 people up to big festivals and trade shows for 2,000 and more people. In Poznan, where I'm originally from, the biggest event was exactly fashion trade shows that I organized myself. There were more than 200 200 designers showcasing their collections, and more than 2,000 people. We had like a big after show after it. So that was pretty nice. And there was a lot of like music, rap concerts, as you can see here on the right, even bigger halls for 500 to 1,000 people with the leading artists in the industry. Next slide, please. This is exactly like two of the main ones we were working with. It's one is Japson, second one is Vatstoja. We were organizing like signing autographs in the in our brick and mortar showroom. We were organizing photo shoots with them. We were helping them to create posts for their video, and then at the same time, of course, putting this fashion design that were created by brands we were working on into the videos, right, to promote collections and sell collections. Next slide. Thank you. It's working very, very nice. As you can see here, Japson on the left, one of his videos is 47 million. And the second one actually with my brand from Vatstoja, it's 3.5 million. I just wanted to show you this to showcase like we were working with like the top artists in the industry. With top ones, and that was what I really appreciated, because it helped our designers, our brands to go to the higher public, right, to be connected to the real communities that were fans of music, arts, and other forms of stuff. Next slide, please. This is here you can see some of the community photos that were created. The whole business was based on user-generated content, right? It started like 10 years ago, and we already saw that there is a big potential in allowing users to create their own photo shoots, promoting those photo shoots, making it basically more connected to real users, and promoting them. As you can imagine, for them, it was a great fun to be published in a profile of 30,000 people. Yeah, we had the community of 30,000 people. So when customer bought something, made a photo shoot himself, and then sent us the photo or tagged us on Instagram, we were actually asking, we can share it. Then we were sharing it and making those internet influencers this way, from real people, from real customers. And that's what I was really proud about. We had more than 3,000 photos at one stage of user-generated content. Next slide, please. Yes, places. And of course, it was not only digital. I was running brick and mortar showrooms where those collections could be sold. You could talk to designers, you could see the items, you could of course, try them on in a comfortable, comfortable surroundings. Talk to people who are into it, right? Like me and my team, we are super passionate about fashion, so that was really important for us to create this kind of space in real world, and in the same time promote the collections online through digital marketing. Next slide, please. Exactly. Where to catch me? I wanted to place this basically at this stage before I go to MaisonDAO itself and to our collaboration course. I will be speaking end of this month, 29th of April at BIT Brussels, where I will talk about digital fashion in the metaverse. 25th of May, I will also speak on NFT Berlin. I will also have there a solo speech about the future of fashion in the metaverse. And there are also a lot of podcasts that you can listen to regarding either MaisonDAO or me myself. Metaverse Mentors with Samir was one of this, and also Metapreneur with Sharad. I'm really happy about those two. There were like 6 more or something, but these are the two that I'm really happy about, and I recommend you to listen if you're interested in hearing a little bit more as well. Next slide. Yes, so MaisonDAO, this is already the picture from one of our customers from our metaverse that we are building. It's Venly Metering. It's a marketplace, right, and a big blockchain company building solutions and wallets for the industry. We participated in their Metering program, which is basically they created interoperable NFT that brings benefits in 15 15 different metaverses, and the number of those partners is growing. And MaisonDAO and EDGEcity is one of these partners. One of the things we will do, and that's the picture of it, we will create a clubhouse inside our city where the community of owners, of mentoring, they can share their art, they can share organized events, they can listen to the music together, they can watch some videos together. That's basically the whole idea, to create like a very nice clubhouse for them where they can spend time digitally. As you can see, clear connections between my previous career and this career. Yeah, this is something that grows organically over the last 10 years, going from Web2 ecosystem for fashion to really bringing all these options in a digital space. And that's what I will concentrate on. Next slide, please. Oh, building EDGEcity. That's what we are doing right now. That's one of the core projects that we do. It's important to say that EDGEcity is also an idea. It's always funny to say that, but we are building our own metaverse. That's true. Our own digital game, like Decentraland or Sandbox or others. But at the same time, we will create an extensive network of EDGEcity embassies and other metaverses, and maybe, for example, in Young Metaverse as well. We want to be we want our designers and our brands to be included and to be available whenever it's possible, right? So, and it's a Samsung TV with smart option, right, or a mobile phone or the VR headset, we want to have our apps available that people can always connect to EDGEcity. And yeah, EDGEcity. Why the name? Because EDGEcity is the city that lies on the border between the real world and the metaverse. That's the whole idea of it. We want for both digital brands and real world brands to come together, organize events, allow their communities to mix. Digital native people with maybe new people from Web 2. Why not? We have to like come together in this world, and probably you all agree with me that only by building things together we can grow. And that's the whole idea of a city, right? To be this place where all those projects can connect to each other. Next slide, please. So yes, we are on the frontier of emerging new technologies to support creatives with the best tools and environments for the metaverse careers. That's the part of the MaisonDAO itself, right? Because EDGEcity is one of the forms, one of the things we do, the centralized gallery for the brands and projects that are working with us. But the whole idea of MaisonDAO is that actually I'm helping, not only me, but the whole team. We are helping young designers and even old designers, any kind of designers that we invite to our program. We help them with their careers. We are building tools for digital fashion regarding avatars, regarding digital fashion creation, digital fashion co-creation, all kinds of 3D configurators that people can use to create their own 3D objects, 2D objects, avatars, all the tools basically that are needed to create amazing collections for the metaverse. Next slide, please. So, what is MaisonDAO? Next slide. So, mainly and foremost, it's an art tech collective, right? So, as for now, it's about 15 people regarding individual persons, but regarding the DAOs that we invited, it's already more than 1,000 people. Next slide, please. And here you can see, first thing that I wanted to mention is exclusive club for DAOs. So I'm focusing on engaging with amazing projects and amazing DAOs that need a home. That's basically the name of the project is MaisonDAO. Maison from French is home, right? House. So we want to create this home for digital projects, Web3 projects that are building cool things. Then we are a collaborative team. So all the members in MaisonDAO, I think all of them, they have their own businesses, they have their own projects. I'm working with entrepreneurs, with designers, with project owners who are making cool things, and we believe that by working together between each other or with outside brands and outside collaborators, we can bring amazing quality and amazing values to the metaverse, and not only to the metaverse but also to real world, as we will see later on as we are working on digital collections as well. And at last, we are the centralized brand. So not only by collaborating with others, But when we collaborate between each other, we're gonna release collections under MaisonDAO brand. It will be both, not both. It will be all about digital real estate, as we have architects, we have digital fashion designers for digital fashion and skins, and we have amazing avatars creators who are creating bespoke avatars for artists, celebrities, and for individual people as well to promote our collections. And on top of it, we also but we also create digital virtual influencers, right, to promote the brands and to promote the projects that are either inside the collaboration brand or outside, as a collaboration with external projects. Next slide. So our focus is clearly on digital fashion, developing tools, developing and distributing collections for those artists. That's a really important point for me, not only on avatars, but also as AR filters, anything basically that can allow people to present their digital identities in a full manner. That's the tools we want to create, and we are actually building 3 or 4 applications right now that will solve some of the issues. We want to organize events, and we are working now with some agencies and the luxury brands and regular brands and games to create events for them. In the final stage, we really want to have all kinds of events like fashion, events, music events, conferences. We are building the whole infrastructure to make it happen, but also to use other infrastructure from other companies to build a whole ecosystem, right? The first use case that we're gonna explore is art exhibitions. So we want to allow artists who are working with us to create easy art galleries that are accessible in the browser, that they can put a link on their website and just make it work right away from the get-go. That's our idea. And of course, through NFT-based access, we will allow people to organize based events, that will be that they can sell the tickets or give away the NFTs that will allow people to access these special spaces. And at last, tech and gaming, it is an integral part of the project. Of course, I was working in deep tech for the last 5-6 years, and I really believe that all those new technologies, they can benefit the artists, they can benefit the communities, they can benefit fans, and that's what I want to showcase in the city as well and inside our virtual world. Next slide, please. So our focus is also from the other side on digital natives, from young adults to fancy boomers. Our solution will let people create, explore, and shop in a metaverse. So it's not only about showcasing collections, but we are building shops and stores so people can actually benefit from it and sell the collections as well. Yes, regarding our focus in terms of what type of subjects we're gonna do, for now it's art and fashion. And the next topic that for sure we're gonna explore is gaming. We are talking to 3 or 4 AAA titles right now, and they also need spaces for their customers, because the types of games, it's not, they are not all social games, so they need social experiences on top of their games. And that's what we want to prepare. From the real world side, it's pretty interesting that we are opening our sort of like event chapters right now in Berlin, London, Lisbon, and New York. These are the places that you could go, that you will be able to go and participate in art galleries, shows, together with music events and concerts. That's something that's gonna roll out from next month in one of the cities. And along this year, we will combine more and more events. And yes, it is basically the metaverse, and the whole idea is that we are building for creatives, and it's by dreamers for dreamers. We are dreamers. We early on, around 5-6 years ago, already started thinking about NFTs in a way, in a tokenized future that we already saw that one day all that's happening inside the real world will also happen in the digital world. And I really wanted to be on the forefront of it, building solutions, helping both brands and people connect to each other through digital means. Next slide, please. Yeah. So our solution, we are building a metaverse ecosystem for digital fashion and art. Next slide. Cool. So in EDGEcity, we are building a future of culture by creating digital environments and NFT collections. We are starting with EDGEcity, yeah, which is this one digital world that we really dedicate to art and fashion, where brands, designers, and collectors can showcase their stuff and organize events. That's the crucial part about EDGEcity, but of course, it's only one of the projects that MaisonDAO is involved in actually. Next slide, please. So, what are the features and benefits of MaisonDAO and the stuff we are creating? So, it's a metaverse with a focus, right? It's a world dedicated to creativity and fashion. Secondly, we are helping talented Web2 designers and artists to enter enter the metaverse and have the right first steps to promote their collections. And thirdly, it will be a composable metaverse. Oh, I believe exactly what I mentioned earlier on, that EDGEcity embassies will be in all major metaverses. We believe that EDGEcity can be ported to other metaverse. Yeah, maybe Sandbox, yeah, maybe to Decentraland, maybe to some other games. We don't think that in the future it should be a problem to have interoperable assets. Yeah, we are working on this and believing that interoperability and accessibility is key. But on top of it, how cool it would be if you can just, I don't know, take districts from the central land and pour it in other game, yeah, for a month. That would be awesome. And we believe that not only it will happen between the games itself to allow it, of course, we want to be on the forefront of it, but also how cool it would be to take a metaverse district and port it to real world in AR, right? To have another layer of this virtual world, but happening inside the big hall or on a like big event gallery. I think that's definitely what happened, and we want to be this EDGEcity will be this kind of project, right? Like we are focusing right now on building our own world, but in the future it will be everywhere, and that's something important to know. The next slide. Yes, regarding other benefits, being in our collaboration force that is dedicated to growing the city and supporting the brands, that's also the interesting way for exposure for other brands and projects. We want our collections and the stuff we do either as MaisonDAO or to help our brands or under our umbrella to partnerships with games and marketplaces to support for interoperability. The more possible, the better. Of course, many of you right now on the scene, you know how difficult it is to work on interoperable assets. But I believe one way or another in next years we will solve this issue not ourselves only, but by working with other games and other marketplaces. Yeah, because the cooperation and collaboration is key to success. And I invite everyone to think in this category. And the last thing, accessible. We are working on ways how to make it as accessible as possible for people to see the digital environments, to explore the cities we create, to explore the events we create. Ideally, it will be in a browser. Ideally, it will be wallets that are easy to manage, super secure, but in the same time, easy to use for regular web customer who just want to take part in the event. That's something we're also focusing on. And one of the partnerships that helping us to do it is partnership with Venly, because their wallet is, it's mail based, right? People who want to use this safe option from the email, they can use it. And of course, we are integrating the MetaMask as well and other wallets in the future if we integrate more blockchains that probably will be needed. Yeah, like Phantom and others. Next slide. Okay, so our strengths, our biggest strengths, and why I think it would be great to collaborate with us, right? Because that's my key thing, and that's my whole goal. I want to collaborate with other cool projects. So if you do a cool project, let me know. We can definitely build something great together, either collection or environment, or an avatar, or a virtual influencer for your project. But our key strengths are passionate and talented team, very strong partnerships with the best companies in the industry, revolutionary composable metaverse. I think being a part of this project and being to work with this kind of idea could be kind of exciting. We have very experienced advisory team in terms of DeFi finance, because we will be releasing our own governance token for MaisonDAO. That's also one of the first places that I'm talking about token. I invite everybody to get involved because it will happen in a month and a half, the generation event. And lastly, immersive team collaboration. By creating our own metaverse and tools how to work inside the metaverse, we believe it will be one of the first teams that actually will take the whole work into the metaverse regarding design of the world itself, architecture, the configurators to create avatars and digital fashion collections. I think it will be kind of groundbreaking if we succeed in what we're building. Of course, I would like to be humble about it, but I'm at the same time super excited about this. Next slide. So of course, we are making revenue already. We are past revenue. We are selling virtual land in our city. We are selling premium memberships for users. But the platform will be always accessible for free. Yeah, that's very important. That it's only about premium memberships, but the regular membership will always be there. We are selling avatars, digital garments, and thanks to brand agencies collaborations, we also help to create custom metaverse experiences and events. Also, as listed here, we'll have our own MaisonDAO token, a governance token launching soon. So of course, that will be one part of the investment that we are looking into. Next slide. So what we can do basically regarding the paid work, because of course not every work will be paid work. A lot of work will be collaboration between you and me, between your project and my project. But for customers, the offer is kind of clear. We are selling virtual estate starting from 1 ETH that is designed by our team. Mostly for now, it's designed by me myself. So all the pictures and all the images that you see on these presentations are from my designs. I'm not an architect myself, but I love design. I'm doing this for a quite long time, and if people like my style, I'm excited about it. Right? That would be very cool. So yeah, in 2021, so last year we managed to have a big partnership with Bentley and Polygon Studios. They supported us with a small grant. It allowed us to build the website and start developing some of the tools and some of the solutions we are creating. And this year, what we want to do is launch the first EDGEcity districts, like the first 2 or 3. We already have some brand collaborations cooking. That's gonna be. I was saying before I ended, right, that we got another grant and the support from other protocol yesterday. So that's a big news. Being a part of this ecosystem, actually, I'm super proud about this this success. We will build a blockchain social media platform for digital fashion. So stay tuned. Yes, and then in the next year, I believe that in our metaverse, what will be happening, we'll already have some first fashion weeks organized that will be both happening digitally and physically in the real world. And music festivals, we're already talking to some Web3 labels. We have a big partnership with Music Daloon, which is a very cool record label with more than 30 artists. They're going to support us with organizing the music part of the events. And lastly, in 2024, so in a 3 years time, it's a long project. We are not here for a week or two. We are long here for now, and we're gonna stay for a long time building this for the future. That's what we believe. It is the future. Next slide, please. We can skip this part. Next slide. Because we are currently looking for investors, that's one of the topics as well. But I think it will be great to get to this part and the community more than this. So strategic partnerships. We have a strategic partnership with Polygon Studios that I mentioned. We have a big partnership with Bentley Mentoring. They are working on wallets, marketplaces, selling solutions, Unity plugins. So that's something that we are exploring heavily with them for a long time, more than a year. We also partner with Fire Labs, which is working with Espanyol Barcelona, International Pool Association, NFL, and some big sport, basically with big sport organizations, and we will help them to create amazing collections of avatars, digital fashion, and all the stuff that you can imagine, but cool and looking nice, not some of the ugly stuff we unfortunately see from others. Of course, I'm not humble about this, but that's my honest opinion. There's many things, many projects that are just not good quality, not looking great, and I think we can help with that a lot. We also have a partnership with Music de Lune that I mentioned. It's a Web3 record label and event organizer. We're putting a lot of events right now in the real world in Ibiza, helping artists to showcase their music. We have a partnership with Tridium, right? One of the organizers of the Central Fashion Week, and building shops and shop like selling ecosystem inside our world. And the partnership with MA Group, which I love. I'm very thankful that they also found us and they wanted to support us with amazing leads, amazing contacts. Actually, they are giving us the leads from the best fashion brands in the world right now. So I'm super excited about this part. Can't wait for some effects of this to come into fruition as well. Next slide. Yeah, MaisonDAO Collective. On the left, first, it's me, the founder. I'm focusing on digital fashion and art. I'm actually EDGEcity builder, right? I'm building the city myself. As for now, most of it from the art side, but there is a big change coming this week that I'm super excited about because Shafiq, which is listed here, is joining as our creative director regarding EDGEcity development. He is real world architect with a big experience working. He was working with Zaha Hadid, building stuff in Dubai. In the next slide, you will see some of his creations. I'm super excited about this. It will bring a really cool new quality to metaverse building and metaverse ecosystems. We also have Lorenzo and Thomas, who's helping more on the tokenomics side, DeFi partnerships, helping us to develop the tokenomics for our world. We also have All Stars Women DAO, run by Lila Hasley. She also decided to run one of the clubs for their community inside EDGEcity. We will also work together on their academy because they have academy to empower female founders. And we're gonna be one of the places where those founders will meet, collaborate on the projects, and basically help each other out. And we are supporting this project on a big scale. We have Francesco, which is also architect with the mission to make metaverse more inclusive for people with disabilities. We want to make it as accessible as possible that I mentioned. And that includes all the people. We don't think that only able people or regular people will be in the metaverse. There will be all kinds of people, and we have Francesco building special solutions for this. I'm super excited about it. I'm waiting for his presentation about how to make metaverse more inclusive, and I think in the next weeks we will publish some documents about it. And then we also have Amy Kilner, which is an amazing, very amazing designer working with big brands already in a Web 2, and she changed her career into metaverse. Funny thing, after her change, she had article in Business Insider all about how Web 2 designers can change their careers successfully into metaverse, and she was this prime example. Yeah, the article was all about her and how she changed from agency work only to creating her own metaverse projects. Next slide, please. Because of course that's not all. Kadeen James, the creative technologies of Yahoo, is joining the DAO. So and we already have some cool collaborations to showcase with her. Another great person is Luca Lisci. He is based in Mediolan, and for the last 20 years he was working with luxury fashion brands as a consultant. He is also part of the big consultancy agency. But he is joining our collective as an artist, and he will showcase his own collections of art that he created. Then Jessica James, I love Jessica. I love her designs. I love her avatars. She is Nigeria born, and she lives in Nigeria. She's a rising star of digital fashion. That's what I really believe. And you will see some of her designs in the later slides. And one of the DAOs that joined our DAO is ArtSec Gallery. It's a real world DAO led London based. NFT gallery led by Mika. He is an amazing person. He leads 200 artists showcasing their stuff in Hackney, London, and in China, and right now, of course, also in few metaverses, including EDGEcity. I love working with them, and I really believe it's one of the crucial art projects in the metaverse. If you don't know ARTsect, go check them out. They're already doing amazing stuff. Then, of course, Metaring that I mentioned, and lastly, Richard, who is also veteran in the fashion industry, working with Hugo Boss, Zara, and some of the both fast fashion brands and high fashion brands. And right now, he's changing his career into Metaverse, and he's helping us on the collections. Next slide, please. On top of this, we also have Estelle that I told about yesterday on my profile. She had a premiere. She's an elite fashion pattern designer. She was working with Queen of England and some other very big projects and high fashion brands. She will help our designers to create amazing patterns for the metaverse that will, both be professional, creative, and awesome. And also the Carol she was helping with marketing of Ethereum, working with Vitalik himself on some of the projects. She will be helping us on the marketing side because, of course, I can wear many hats, as you can imagine. Yeah, more than 10. But somebody has to do marketing from now on because I'm really, I'm really involved deep in the creative projects right now, and I really want to have time for creative work. I love that Ilem decided to join. She's an amazing jewelry designer. Some of the jewelry that I was showing on the previous slides was basically from her. And lastly, they are not all, of course, the people I mentioned here. These are still not the whole MaisonDAO crew. There's still like 10, probably even 10 people, but we don't have that much time. And the last brand that we have here is Phoebe Hester. Basically, this brand is a futuristic high-tech wear. High-tech, high-fashion project, building real items in the real world and also creating digital fashion collections. I have to agree that I have to say, please, Gabrielle from PB sorry, I made a spelling mistake. So all the people who are watching it, it's not PB Hesse, but PB Heess. It's important. I love branding, and I made this mistake. So just take this into account. I'm sorry for that to the audience and to Gabrielle. Next slide. And that's the cool part. Hello, and this is Shafiq Designs. This is the architect that will guide the development of EDGEcity. I love his designs. It's super creative, super professional. And the stuff what I love the most about it is that it's biomimicry. We believe that in the metaverse, it will be super important to have things that are connected to biology and to nature, right? If we build super futuristic, unrealistic stuff only, it wouldn't be, human that much. It wouldn't be that real. And with Shafiq, what we are getting is the combination of futuristic design and nature-inspired design, and that's what I love. And he will be basically designing our next districts, taking some stuff out of my plate, actually. Next slide. Jessica James. As I mentioned, I love Jessica. I love her designs. I love her avatars. She's creating amazing bespoke avatars. If you're looking for a virtual influencer or like a bespoke avatar for one of your projects, reach out to me. I would love to help you create, amazing digital influencers. With Jessica, we are super open to this kind of collaborations. You can clearly see she's amazing, right? She is amazing. Next slide. Estelle Pierce, as I mentioned, she is very experienced pattern designer working with high fashion brands and other brands in the industry. The reveal of her in MaisonDAO was yesterday, so it was it's a really fresh thing. But we are already working on a Metaverse shoes collaboration that will be 3D printed. So people who will buy the Metaverse product will also have a physical 3D printed shoe that they could wear. And we are doing this with Estelle and some other partner. Next slide. Amy Kilner. Here are some designs from Amy. As you can see, she's working with very cool brands, creating her own Metaverse collections. It's very creative, colorful. It's a lot of 3D objects, 3D work, animations. I didn't showcase the animations here, but you can believe me that all the stuff, almost all the stuff that you see here, it's also animated in a very high quality. Next slide. Francesco, as I mentioned, he is working, as you can see here, even on the left side, there is already artwork, that makes me almost cry. It's very emotional. Yeah, I think his work for Metaverse and for, how to say, for inclusive Metaverse, that's also something that I'm really proud about, that we connected and that he is really willing to build, inclusive Metaverse and inclusive districts for all people to join. Next slide. Here, more streetwear, more my thing. As you can imagine, more hip hop. I love Hazem, and he's in Italy doing fashion collections for rap artists in US and in Italy, making their cover albums. Right, he's designing the cover albums for them. He's designing merch for them, and I really think that he's one of these guys that I really wanted to work with, and I'm super happy that he joined MaisonDAO project. Next. Yeah, and this is PBS, and this is the correct wording. As you can see on the left, Kira Jacket, it's their project that they are very happy about, and it's this jacket is not only regular jacket; it's also helping women against attacks of various kinds. So it's not only like a fashion item, but also fashion item that can change some things, for the better for women. And on the right, you can see also this high-tech perspective. They created the first ever blacker than black fabric. It was made possible by reverse engineering the gaboon, which is the snake, the viper venom. I think that's really interesting as well, that we not only create digital fashion, not only physical items, but really high-tech items that's gonna change the industry. Next. So our vision of the metaverse. Metaverse is exciting. It's an exciting place for brands and fans and all the people to come together. We want to create it as inclusive space where all the people from all the backgrounds can be able to participate and co-create with brands. We are on the mission to make it interoperable, interconnected, accessible, and worldwide. The worldwide element I mentioned already. It's all about making festivals, real-world events. I have a big experience in running real-world events, and I think connecting this to Web3 will be also, a great thing. So stay tuned for the events. Maybe we'll meet on one of them. Next slide. So MaisonDAO members, what we are looking for, we have artists, designers, DJs, music producers, brands. We are partnering with creative agencies, with collectors, investor clubs, and actually business owners and entrepreneurs. If you have idea for a metaverse project or Web3 project, you can always come to me or write to us, and we can think about how to make it how to make it fly, right? How to make it possible for you to have your own Web3 project, maybe under MaisonDAO umbrella, maybe not. Then people who are owners of the land inside EDGEcity, they will form EDGEcity Council, and they will vote basically about most 95% of the decisions regarding infrastructure, events, collaborations. All the stuff will be basically decided by a DAO element. So through the voting, either through the governance token, some of the things, and the other things will be decided by the owners of the NFTs. These are the people who are using the world itself. Next slide. Oh yeah, our superpowers when we can talk about this like this. Yeah, we already working with global brands. We are working with 5+ creative agencies, bringing us customers and creative people to work with. We are partnered with more than 10 NFT marketplaces. We're gonna have various drops of virtual land, avatars, and other digital assets on all of them. We have 5 tech partners, including exactly Polygon, but also now Aave Protocol and Lens Protocol, and technological partners for avatars. Next slide. So the community, people following us are clearly from on LinkedIn and there are people from main brands, from main blockchain companies, from main agencies. It's good to be in this kind of community and create this kind of community, but as you probably know, it's really hard work, and it's yeah, it's not that easy to do it. But if any of you have some interest and can help us in building a virtual environment or blockchain development on the legal side or finance, write to me. We can always think about some DAO role that needs to be filled. Yeah, that we really need. So contact me in this topic. Next slide. We are coming to an end. And welcome Ahaya. She's our virtual influencer of the city. She is like a digital goddess for EDGEcity. She will be this one amazing influencer that we're gonna start with, and all the people that are in MaisonDAO will be able to use her for their own projects, right? And then also external brands, external agencies can use Ahaya when it's of course adapted to our values and our ideas. Ahaya was of course created by Jessica James, right? And he also created this little intro. Nick, can you play the video? It's only 2 seconds, but I think it will be nice to see it. Yeah. So that was a short one, right? But that's Ahaya. Yeah. She will be AI-based person, so it will be possible to talk with her in EDGEcity. So stay tuned. I think it will be also very exciting to be able to talk to her. And then last slide. I mean, the next slide. This is the collaboration with Kadim James. You can play it by the way. Oh, the music is there also. Thank you very much. So that was one. That was the video that I created personally, together with like Jessica James created the look for Kadim James, and then I put up the video with the effects all together. So yeah, always nice to be able to showcase some of our work from collaboration, because I believe collaboration is key to success, and I invite you to collaborate with us as well. Next slide, and I think that's the end. Impact, we chose Polygon because of course, better faster transactions, less costly transactions for users, and more greener technology in a way. Of course, it's only layer 2 on Ethereum, so it's still Ethereum, but at least it's helping a bit with environment. And Polygon just yesterday, they announced that I think that they are putting 20 million for carbon offsetting of their blockchain. So I think it's even better. Next slide. To build city together. If you're interested in getting involved, write me an email at metaverse@maisondao.world and get involved right now, right? We are super open for creative people. We're always looking for more brands to join our MaisonDAO under our home. So if you are one of these people, just write me an email and I will respond to you in a day or two. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much. I don't think we have time for questions today, but maybe if you want to stay, I have some time so I can answer some questions for people who are here. Daniel, can you tell me if we can make the event a bit longer?
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, maybe a round of applause for Simon. It's amazing. quite a feat you achieved in quite a short period of time. So that's awesome.
Thank you very much, Daniel.
So are there yeah? So I guess we have some time for questions from the audience. So are there people that have questions for Simon? You can raise your hand and we can give you the microphone.
There are no questions, no worries.
I was just gonna say you can use your emoji to raise your hand like this if you've got a question. Over here. All right.
I guess not. This. Oh wait,
Oh,
Bionic
we've got
Man.
a question from Bionic Man.
Hello?
I can hear
Let
you.
us give you a microphone.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. To onboard a real world fashion company. We have a real world company where we actually sell clothes direct to consumer. So what would be the quickest way to go from that to operating here in the metaverse or doing something digitally, or I don't know if that's creating avatars or if that's creating an NFT collection. I just don't know, right? We've been making
I love
custom
this
clothes
question.
for customers for about 16 years now. So like how do we what do you think is the easiest step to put our foot into this space?
Thank you very much for your question. I really appreciate. I think the answer is like this. I believe there are no easy ways, but if I have to think about it from this perspective and what you told me right now, you have an amazing community, right? 16 years of community building, it's a lot, and you have people dedicated to the brand. And I think the best way to do it, what I would do, is to take your community on a journey with you. So first, I would start with education. Show them what is metaverse, right? We can always help with that. I mean, there are other partners as well, probably, but people can help. First, it will be important, right, to help your community to understand and to learn about digital fashion. Then I would work on a digital twin collection, right? For some people, it's not exciting, but I think for the owners of the not owners, but for the fans of the brand, it would be great to get not only physical items, but have a digital copy of the item that they are buying. You can do it for select 100 best customers or 1,000 best customers, and by creating those NFTs, you will have a membership club for them that you can build more utilities on top of it, right? You can organize events that membership club. You can sell more real world items as well to them, and allow them to be in this like special club inside of your brand. Of course, you don't have to go exclusive way. It can be for anyone, right? And you can basically allow new users and users who are with you just to buy a special collection that people will know. Okay, this is 1,000, or 500 pieces in the real world. All the pieces will come with this not digital copy, not digital twin, but maybe completely different item, right? In the digital world, and that will be a start. Of course, for this, it would be like creating avatars, for example, bespoke avatars for the customers. That would be cool. But what I would say, what I mentioned before, is to create a digital influencer, right? To have some digital persona that will impersonate your brand, and you will dress this avatar, will showcase the collections on this avatar, and your community will have this another like hero follow on the socials. And I think that will be super exciting, and I would love to help you with that.
All right, thank you.
Cool.
So I should email you at your email address offline?
Yes, exactly. On metaverse@MaisonDAO.world, you can reach me, and we can talk about it. We can connect on LinkedIn, Telegram, WhatsApp. I'm kind of accessible, so looking forward to connecting with you, man. Thank you very much for your question.
All right, no problem.